I will never forget pulling up to a house that we were remodeling and seeing the garage door just kind of cracked just a little bit. Now I'm used to the smell of lots of pot on a construction site. It just seems like maybe helps folks get creative while they're painting, pass the time, whatever it is. So definitely had pot wafting out of there. But the thing that most stuck out to me were the toes, the feet coming out of the bottom of the garage door. And so as I'm pulling up, I'm seeing feet at the bottom of the garage door, and I realized that the contractor that I have contracted to remodel this home with a really great affordable price, right, has got him and his crew spending the night in there at night. And so go in, open the garage door, kind of figure out, hey, we're not going to do that again, right? And then that should have been enough. That should have been enough to let me know things aren't going well. But no, instead, me and my partners at the time, we get the house under contract. You know, the paint was done pretty poorly. We had to come over, have them redo some flooring because it was coming up. Lots of things done really poorly. But when they ran the inspection for the plumbing, they realized that the plumbing, all the stuff that you could see above ground was run, but they didn't connect it to anything under the house. So when they were running water, water's just pouring underneath the house. This contractor is the kind that I really want you to avoid. And so another mistake that flippers can make is by not hiring honest, experienced contractors that know what they're doing. So at some point in your flipping career, even for those of you that are very handy and you've got a lot of do-it-yourself skills, and maybe you do flooring or paint, whatever, you're going to run into a trade that you can't do. Now, by the way, yes, there are people that can do renovations, and so can you do your own renovations and your own flip? Yes, you can, but maybe you can't. Like, maybe you don't have the skill to actually do that. And so, for instance, some of the things that I just see when I walk in, if I know that you've done it yourself and you're so proud, brushing paint on cabinets, right? If you've got a cabinet that was sprayed and you decide you're going to replace it by, or you're going to fix it up by painting it, and you use brush or roller on that, you just ruined that trim. So trim and cabinets, if I see brush strokes or roller marks, then I know that you have done it yourself. Congratulations, you've ruined the way that cabinet and that trim looks. Other things that I see all the time. One of my least favorite. This is just like easy to identify. Do-it-yourself flipper or do-it-yourself remodeler. And this is that luxury vinyl plank or ceramic wood grain tile. It's supposed to look like naturally occurring in nature, right? So it's supposed to be staggered. It's supposed to be randomized. You're supposed to kind of lay it out, get a design, and kind of make sure it doesn't just follow the same line. Somebody that does it for themselves for the first time or first few times before somebody gets onto them, they'll straight up lay it like bricks. And so you'll see a straight seam looking like bricks, like you laid bricks on the outside of the house. So laying flooring is one of those things that I can walk in and almost always tell a pro, or at least somebody has experience has done it or not. So great that you did it yourself. We can all tell. There will be a trade that maybe you don't have and you have to bring in a vendor. And I can tell you right now, if you hire somebody that isn't experienced because they're cheap, then you are going to probably, you're going to end up paying to have it fixed or losing that off of your sales price. So find an honest, fair, experienced contractor. Now, that is normally not going to be your cheapest person. Now, you may have heard that old phrase, hey, you've got fast, cheap, and good. Pick two, right? Because if they're fast and cheap, they're probably not going to be really good. If they're cheap and good, they're probably not going to be very fast. And you've probably heard that before. So find somebody that's going to work on your timetable, who's got a really clear portfolio of things that they've done or things they can show you. I would call and check references. Or hey, better yet, if you've got a great agent or somebody in your life that does this, please ask them. For instance, the vendors that I used a plumber, an electrician, a glass guy, a countertop guy, a roofer, a general contractor. I use somebody for flooring, for tile, demo, and paint. I've got a name for all of those that is just stellar, and typically they're going to be kind of middle of the road on price, but they're going to be your best value because they get in there, get it done, do a great job, and you can move on to the next thing. So if you find somebody that doesn't do a great job, you're going to end up losing that in your sales price. People are going to come in, they're going to notice it doesn't look right. Now, one of the other things I do, obviously, is we're not going to pay them all up front. That if you pay somebody up front or you give them their last draw before you go in and blue tape and you inspect it, then you can almost always expect to have to come back and fix that because they're not going to honor their work or come back. So I'm always going to at least withhold part of the payment until I go in. And this last flip I did, I actually hired a professional inspector to come in, inspect it. So I've got now an inspection for my real estate clients to come through and look at. I can share that with people and consumers. And I also can go back to the contractor before I give them that last payment and say, hey, here are some things that came up on this inspection. Am I going to make them fix everything? Absolutely not. I mean, there are some things that are ridiculous, but I'm at least going to look for the big things, right? I'm at least going to look for some things. If I paid you to do it and it was in your scope, I'm going to call the person I paid before the person I hired, before I give them that last payment to come out and correct that before I give them that last payment. So I'm going to hold on to that. So that's one way that you can do draws and kind of make sure that you are staying in a leverage position in case it doesn't get done the way that you need to get it done, right? So if you go out and you hire somebody that's very, very cheap and not good, you're going to lose out on your sales price. Give your agent, hopefully you're working with an agent that's got a really great vendor list and can give you great names, or work with an agent even better that has real estate investments and does this all the time, like me, like my team, that we can actually give you a list of the vendors we work with for your home remodel on your own house or for a flip that you might be doing. Stay tuned. We'll talk about other mistakes that flippers make later on.